drive through the temple of speed in daily condition where mistakes do happen, like Albon, who got spun by surprise, the one on the intern, prep for the scenario to happen, what it takes for this weekend. Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of F126 Career Mode heading to Monza, but of course we're just an update now getting ready to pop in, and we now confirm there's 4 updates coming in a space of 3 weekends. Let's hope it will be just for us, as we are now dropping down in our performance, which is not just, we are now 9th, but team in F1's lead, which is not good, and Lando Norris leads the championship by 10 points with Charles Sutton.
Welcome to the home of the Parabolica, now known as the Curva Alboreto in tribute to the Italian motorsport legend Michele Alboreto. It's a long right-hander. It dares you to keep your foot as far down on the throttle as you possibly can. It's one of the great corners on the calendar, and we're here at Monza ahead of the Italian Grand Prix. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Andrea Kimi Antonelli lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Piastri, Lando Norris, and Hamilton. Verstappen, Sainz, Hadjar, and Alex Albon. Gasly, Alonso, Franco Colapinto, and Lawson. Perez, Lindblad, Valtteri Bottas, and Lance Stroll. Daniel.
Wait. Before you see me start in the back, let's talk about what happened in qualifying. I don't think we made it for 2019. Woo!
Okay, this is our engine supplier's home Grand Prix, which means there's a lot of very important people here behind the scenes. I'd love to give them a strong result to watch today, plus a good result might make my post-race meetings a little bit easier.
Monza Grand Prix now get ready to go underway. We're gonna do medium to hard tyre. Obviously safety tyre comes down, I think we'll take, and apparently raining coming. That is something I'm going to be interested in to watch, and of course the fuel is going to be low. But starting all the way to the back, not ideal, but what can we all do? Alright, we're getting ready to line up to the road. Hopefully we'll have a positive start and move up as much as we can as well. So let's do what we can do. Bye-bye. Oh my god. That was a bad start. And now Monza is underway with Kimi Antonelli leading his home GP with Russell in second battling with the Piastri, and now Piastri takes the second with Russell dropping back into 3rd place. Wow, I have no power. And now we can see Danny is dropping back further, which is not just for him, and we can see Russell going for the move on the outside of the Piastri get back into second place, with Piastri dropping back into 3rd, and Charles and Hamilton are in 4th and 5th. Imagine the scenario of seeing both Ferrari on the podium with Antonelli. Oh, what a day for the Italian fan, but are we going to see that happening or not, as we can see Lando overtaking Lewis Hamilton, and then Lando is going to try and get Charles Leclerc very soon, because we know Charles and Lando are battling for the championship this season, as they are 10 points apart, with Lando leading it first, and we now got the Piastri overtaking Russell. We can see Berman going for the move on Bottas, as he now chasing off for Nico Hulkenberg. We're now on to the pit lane. Are we going to see Berman going through? No, we do not, as it now falling back behind Valtteri Bottas. Is there going to be any more falling back for Ollie Berman, as we can see Danny going for the move, and Berman, oh, that is not good for Danny. Jesus, Berman! What are they doing? Oh, there's the uproar between the Haas driver that is not just this team. We've seen them coming together few times in the last few races, which is not just. And Charles Leclerc watched it overtake on George Russell, and we can see Danny is now ahead of Ollie Behrman, giving him a treatment. We know Danny and Behrman, they probably do not get along because they are battling for that seat in the Ferrari. That is what probably going on at the moment as we now George Russell returned back ahead of Charles Leclerc. Didn't last long for Charles to keep it, and we now got Hülkenberg ahead of Arvid Lindbrand. And now Hülkenberg going to trade off for Sergio Perez, and Danny is going to trade off for Lance Stroll. But now on board with Charles Leclerc overtaking Russell once again. Charles Leclerc taking a second place, but all of this battle is going to help Kimi Raikkonen, that is for sure, because Kimi's almost 2 seconds ahead, and Russell is now getting on to Charles Leclerc. So if in a move, will he get through? And Piastri also get ahead of Charles Leclerc, but Piastri is going to go for double as he tries to get ahead of George Russell and Lando Norris. So now the outside of the championship rival, taking the 3rd place, and Danny is now under that by Behrman, who now overtook him. But can Danny get back on Ollie Behrman or not? Looks like he will go down the outside, and he takes the place back for himself. And we now got the rain that should be coming very, very soon. Apparently coming in 10 to 15 minutes. Let's see what happens as we now can see Hamilton is there on Charles Leclerc. That is not going to help Charles in the championship. Maybe there's a strategy going on here for Lewis Hamilton to land on Norris and push him back. I can see Max Verstappen suffering an absolute shame of an overtake from the Williams. Double overtake on Max Verstappen by the Williams. That is wild. Maybe there's a problem, I don't know. We can see Max is struggling a little bit there, and we got one of the McLaren is going all over the place behind George Russell, and we now got Hamilton. It's still maintaining place ahead of Charles Leclerc as they try to attack both McLaren, and Albon stayed ahead of Max Verstappen. And Sai actually fouled out the P11 on one straight line. That's how you know how much important back the deployment is on this track. As we can see Danny going down the outside of line, slow getting to Arvid Lindbrand on the outside line. Will Danny get the on Lindbrand or not? As they're going wheel to wheel, but it's Danny behind Arvid Lindbrand. Of course, with no back deployment, that will not help him get ahead quickly. So obviously it's clear that back deployment is a big deal, and Russell is now overtaking Kimi Raikkonen through the Atari, and Russell is now taking the lead of the long point with Raikkonen behind in second place. As you can see, McLaren is slowly getting onto Raikkonen, and it looks like it's going to be three more. Yes, it is. Through the parabolic. Oh no, Raikkonen being double overtaken by the unstoppable duo of the McLaren. It's like watching a shark chasing after a fish, and fish is Raikkonen. The shark is Lando Norris and Piastri Blimey. And now Raikkonen will not be able to get through, but he might get one of them. What can Raikkonen do? Will he get through on Lando Norris? Looks like he will not. And Danny is now experiencing the similar thing at the other. All contact, there's the contact between the Haas driver, both of them. Oh my god. Danny looked back 2 places of Behrman and Bortolotto. Will Danny get back? It looks like he might go on the outside line as he now goes for the move on Ollie Behrman. Goes down the outside. Will he get there? Yes, he does. Behrman now behind Danny, and Danny is chased off for Bortolotto. But again, it's all about battery deployment. That is the only reason why you can see some of them struggling on the straight line, because they do not have enough battery to help them out at the alley. Now looking behind both Ferrari at the alley is suffering once again from double overtake. That is a shame. for Timmy Attielli on his home GP 25 this way back now. At some point, yes, it will. On the way, Hamilton and Attielli make it through. Well, though, the parabolic car looks like he might have to hold it back, but it's a clever game because Attielli now closer and it joins get the overtake done as it now throws to move back into P5 as it now chasing off for Charles Leclerc out and see behind there's a nice ball fighting against Williams of Alex Albon, who is battling with Max Verstappen, and at the hat jar, as you can see, they're going side by side, and it's Max Verstappen through. For P7 and Albon is behind, as we snip forward a little bit more to Lando Norris, who is now driving the move on short, Russell facing a dummy, forcing Russell to go defensively, but Lando comes out on top, and he takes the second place from short Russell will short for this way back on Lando Norris, as Albon is now going to be trying to defend again to Max Verstappen. Of course, they both have more fight, which is why Albon is now ahead of Max Verstappen, but that might change very soon as Russell is now trying to defend again to Lando Norris again, and that will be helping at the Piat for sure. And now Lando Norris back though on short, and Max Verstappen just be overtaken by Albon to match it back, and he does, but he made the contact with Albon, and I think he might have made the contact that either had jar, which is not just Max Verstappen having a tough time dealing with the car here on this track, and I can feel him, but of course he's in a completely different car compared to mine. But Max Verstappen needs to figure out what he can do to try to beat Albon and get ahead of Hadjar and put himself into the fight for the top 5. But will that happen for Max Verstappen? Who knows? As we now draw Charles Leclerc over the move, a double overtake on Lando Norris and George Russell. That was the mighty overtake on his championship rival, and it would be a fantastic overtake of the season, but unfortunately Lando Norris gets through on Charles Leclerc, taking the second place back. But will that stay like that for long? I don't think so, as Charles Leclerc is now on Lando and taking second, and Russell is also trying to follow through to take third from Lando Norris. This will be very helpful in the championship, we know that for sure. Now on board with Danny, who now chasing off for Ollie Behrman, sitting in the slipstream, but clearly did nothing Danny to do. There is no battery to help him try to catch the rival of Ollie Behrman, and Dabby Bortonato as they now going through the turn 2 onto turn 3. Danny did have some battery here. Will he make it through on Bortonato? Yes, he does. 1, but 2. He overtakes 2 cars very quickly, Mrs. John, as we now getting on to foul the bot. That bit of a slide in there, but still kept it under control as we now heading into lap 9 with Otto Piat botting this lap to put a new tyre on, along with Charles Leclerc in this lap as well, and Russell. So can we see a good stop on Otto Piat? It looks like we will, and Russell looks like it had a bit of a slow one. That is unfortunate as it's been held by Max Verstappen just for 1 second, which means he's going to be dropping back a little bit further to Lando, to Piat, sorry, and Charles Leclerc. But of course, speaking of Lando, he's now in the lead, but he will want to try and run away as quickly as possible so he can try and maintain that play, or be closer to Piat with one Lando come down, so he can make sure he gets the chance to try and stay ahead of Charles Leclerc. But we now on board with Bortonato going into sector 3. Oh, do some fuel saving. We do some fuel saving.
Box, we're coming in.
I'm in the lead.
Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 4.9 seconds.
Oh, it's raining. Yes! Oh, please tell me it is raining. And Danny looking very enthusiastic because the rain is going to be a game changer for Danny as he's trying to make an advantage of the situation of Tor Charles and Piatri on Danny. But Danny is he going to come in this lap, or will he hold out a little bit longer in hope to put on the instrument tyre at the perfect timing, because he could potentially put himself in a strong play for the potential top 5 of Piatri back to the away with Charles Leclerc, all for the first place as they now join side by side near the turn 2 and behind. We've got Timiati, who's in fact actually been jumped by Max Verstappen as they now join side by side 3 wide. New turn 1 and 2, bit of a contact being made there, and Albon comes out on top of this battle, and now Albon in P8 with Hadjar P9 and Adriana in P10. What happened to Adriana as we can shutting out his pit stop, and it looks like an all normal stop for Kimi Adriana. Maybe it's just Max Verstappen in clear air. It's in a different lead compared to Kimi Adriana, as Adriana now watching Hadjar going for the move on, and it's Albon around the outside. Phenomenal work from either Hadjar, and we're now on board with Lando Norris and Russell, who is chasing after Danny, making it easy work, we know that. And now Charles Leclerc and Piatri are fighting once again as they are having a proper just shuffle. But will that help Lando Norris to catch up, and maybe Lando can take the advantage and take the lead? Because Lando would like to have his teammate to help him, but his teammates are basically still in the battle for the championship. But Danny doesn't stick back as it now through on Lando Norris taking the 4th place, and that is just very important, because if we end up coming to the pit and all of us do, we want to have the advantage of being ahead of Lando Norris. I don't know, I want instrument tyre. I don't know, look, as we hear Danny is complaining about no lip on his tyre. Of course, it's the rainy condition and his tyre, but it's just not helping him out, that is for sure, as this has been overtaken by Lewis Hamilton and Piatri, and Charles Leclerc continue fighting with Russell in 3rd, Hamilton in 4th, and Lando Norris in the 5th place. But now Lando and Hamilton are having a battle as they now swap for a place. Lando is now up in P4, Hamilton look back into P5 with Danny, who not giving up as it now through on Lewis Hamilton. Will he get ahead of Lando Norris? Without the outside, looks like he will be a slide in there, but he still kept it under control, which is very important, but had an awful exit with allowed Lando to get back there on Danny, and that it now proves that he needs to come in very soon. Had to be in turn. Look at the floor.
You should be feeling the effects of some tyre wear soon, so stay on your toes. The rain's going to keep getting heavier for the next 15 minutes at least. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Well, it's not. Flip it.
Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap.
In turn. Put it in someone. Another damn button. Sounds like Danny is coming in this lap. So Danny is going to put on instrument tyre, or is he going to put on a soft tyre? Let's find out what he's going to do. And now got Leclerc back there on the Piatri as they still fight going through the turn 1 and 2. Unbelievable battle we are seeing from Piatri and Charles Leclerc, and we're now on board with Danny as it now coming in this lap to put a new tyre on, and it looks like it is going to be instrument tyre. Oh, Joe! Oh my God!
Okay, there seems to have been a problem removing the left rear wheel. We need to try and put that behind us, and let's finish the race as strong as possible. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
As the more problems continue for Danny going from bad to worse, but he may have messed up the strategy, and we don't know what to be happening. But Max Verstappen is now through on Lewis Hamilton. But can Max stay ahead of Hamilton or not? No, it doesn't. Max is now behind Lewis, and Hamilton is going to be chasing off Lando, but clearly Max Verstappen and Hamilton are not enjoying this race whatsoever, and I know that Matt is not happy with what's happening. And we can see Bottas in the wall. Valtteri Bottas is in the wall. What on earth has happened to Bottas as he had the contact with the wall? Whoa. Oh,
Green flag.
what the hell has happened to Bottas? Here's a replay of what happened to Valtteri Bottas as he spun the car around. Looks like it's the addition of dirty air and the track is now started getting wet. But if the track is started getting wet, why did no tool for instrument tyre on? Maybe it's just not that wet just yet. As we now got Qualipito is overtaking Carlos Sainz for the P10, which side P11 Gasly in P12. Can Qualipito hold on to the P10? Looks like he won't. Carlos Sainz now through on Franco Qualipito and Arvid Lindblad slowing down. Looks like he is, yep. Arvid Lindblad is slowing down as we can see him in the live timing. Qualipito is now trying to stay ahead of Carlos. Will Qualipito be able to do that or not? While Gasly is watching editing on board ahead of him. Will Gasly be able to join the party or not? But we are now in lap 18. We can see Qualipito unfortunately dropped the P13 with Carlos Sainz showing P10 and Charles Leclerc leading the race with Piastri stuck Russell in third, Lando fourth, Hamilton fifth, and Matt. Oh! Albon gone off! Alex Albon just gone off the track into the level as it now waiting for everybody to move. Can he keep his car going? Will he get out and carry on racing? This is absolute disaster for Alex Albon because he was running in point. And Danny now can see Albon getting ready to go out, and Danny now through for P19, but unfortunately he is no longer going to be able to challenge for points because it's already nearly finished. As we now got the replay of Albon mistake, and here's what happened into turn 4 and 5. And I think it's a contribution of the wet surface with a large tire. They just don't work well together. But clearly, it didn't matter to the top right because Leclerc has started the final lap on the lead with Piastri stuck and Russell in third. And Danny still not be able to catch up anyone ahead. So that means instrument tyre may have been the long tour, and the starting to shut didn't work like he hoped, like he did in the previous race where he managed to get up into P9 from P21. Yeah, the situation was a little bit different, but it was a good gamble, but it didn't happen for him. I was right! It was exactly the time! Shut!
Okay, so
That'll be paid for Danny as the rating condition is confirmed, but doesn't matter. Charles Leclerc is ready to come home to win the Monza Grand Prix once again with Piastri stuck and Russell comes home in third. I should have listened to my teammate, my team.
all right,
I should have
race
listened
over.
to my
Take care
team.
of the car on the way in.
Stop, man. I can't believe it.
And Leclerc to the line, to the checkered flag. It's King Charles today. He wins.
A great team victory today, Crofty. That's the important bit here. On home soil, the drivers delivered, the team delivered as well, and to do that in front of their home support really means a lot to them.
It's what every driver imagines when they start out on their long road towards Formula One. And for our lucky three today, here's the podium waiting for them. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc. Charles Leclerc on top.
Well done to Charles Leclerc for winning the Monza Grand Prix. That will help him in the championship, but Lando is in fourth place and Charles is now 3 points ahead of Lando Norris. Blimey, it is going to be a tight one going for this second part of the season, but I cannot wait to see how that one's going to turn out. But miserable return for the Haas, unfortunately. Hopefully we can turn this around in the next one. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe and make the video. Do well, be very appreciated, and peace out.